Good evening, campers, and welcome aboard the Starship Nightwish. I am Commander Exorcist. Welcome to Taco Tuesday. This is my weekly show where I take a few minutes to talk about Galnet happening, something interesting happening in the galaxy. Is there anything happening in the galaxy? No, not really. I mean, just a war that's obliterating system after system. I think there's a presidential election coming up, too. Vote for Exorcist. Yes, hashtag vote for Exorcist. So today, the galaxy's greatest failure. And I've had some successes recently, but overall, one of the galaxy's greatest failures, Aegis, has come out with a statement. Past, present, and future. And yes, you're going to suffer through this with me. And I hope you'll stick with me because it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get to it and see what they have to say for themselves. Because, as you can tell, I'm not a fan of this organization. And while they have done some good in the past, recent past, yeah, not a fan. So we will try to tolerate this. Hey, it was either Aegis or we talk about Zachary Rackham and Hudson, which, I mean, when you put when you rack and stack it, Rackham, vote for Exorcist. When you rack and stack the whole thing, it's like, this is far more interesting than the politics. There's Thargoid motherships out there and revenants stalking empty settlements in deep space. So I don't want to talk about politics. Let's talk about this garbage. The head of Aegis makes public address. Professor Alba Tesro has broadcast a formal statement discussing the past, present, and future of Aegis. And yes, I'm going to pronounce it that way the whole video. You will be fine. Independent journalist Alan Mantle reported on the declaration for Vox Galactica. The tremendous escalation of the Thargoid War makes Aegis more open to scrutiny than ever. You're right about that. Some of us, including the psycho guy in the cowboy hat, very, very critical and trying to scrutinize them. So, yeah, imagine that, a journalist that wrote something that's true. Congratulations, Alan. By delivering a personal message to the public, Professor Tesoro exhibits the transparency and accountability that the agency previously lacked. Does she? Indeed, it's to her credit that the mistakes of the past are not glossed over. Now, I got to give that. The fact that she's admitted that Aegis was not always the transparent organization, reliable, honest, that it should have been, especially something like this. This is an organization that is designed to protect everybody. It's supposed to have interested parties from all superpowers, even minor powers. Anybody, everybody should be affected by this organization. Some will also consider it noble that Tesoro avoids mentioning how she opposed the superpowers shutting down Aegis in form of working with Azimuth Biotech. Okay, I mean, I really don't, it doesn't matter. I mean, she, obviously she opposed it, because now that she's back, she's in charge. So it would make sense that if she wanted to keep it around, she would have, not voted to close it. So that's interesting. Others will recognize her moral high ground as mere politics. I'm going to go that route just a little bit. She's a leader of an organization like this, and it's a joint organization, and so there has to be a little bit of politics to it. The Allied Federal and Imperial coordinators for Aegis are all duly applauded. A tip of the hat, there we go, like that, to those who helped her resurrect the organization. Recent Thargoid discoveries are mentioned, with 2 having been formally classified since her speech was recorded. The Glaive Hunters that pursue human ships, and the Revenant-class drones patrolling settlements in conquered systems. We talked about the Revenants last week. I also have a video where I went in right after we discovered the Revenants the same day and did kind of a little expedition to check out one of those stations, and they are really cool. I have not personally encountered a Glaive. That's why I'm still sitting here, because they are deadly. And I have seen pictures and video, though. The Glaives are really interesting, and I think they really live up to their name. So deadly, deadly little starships. Naturally, Aegis' top priority are the Thargoid motherships, which Tesro formally assigns the designation of Titans. See? That right there. That right there. Congratulations, Aegis, on getting a designation for the motherships out there, the Titans. You're only a couple of weeks behind. We already knew that. And as a matter of fact, the commander community had already designated them Titans. You guys are slow. I like that, though. Congratulations, Aegis, for finally catching up to the rest of the galaxy. The statement reveals that work is underway to modify Professor Palin's xenoscanner to gather data on these alien capital ships. Now, that's a good thing because we have very limited information. Right now, we can't penetrate the Titans, but we're getting closer. And, first it was, hey, we can't really get into the caustic clouds, and then we came up with the caustic heat sinks, and then we had the pulse. And then we had the pulse generators to neutralize that pulse and get us closer and closer. Well, we were outside of the ship. We can't get in. But there's got to be a way in. There's always a way in. And so now they're going to work on Palin's xenoscanner so that we can possibly look inside, gather a little bit more data. It'll probably help us identify turrets and weak points and stuff like that. So... oh, Lord, here comes the princess, my beloved Empire. Princess Aisling Duval also delivered a statement. I have nothing but praise for Professor Tessero's leadership of Aegis. She's transformed a once-failing initiative into the vanguard of humanity's defense. I am impressed and inspired by her tireless determination, which is why I have sought the position of Imperial Representative in the organization. No, it is not. Your pursuit, that's this blue-haired, she gets my blood boiling. She belongs at Aegis. She belongs there because she's not there because of this woman's leadership. She's there because this is a golden opportunity for her to score political points with the people that support her in the Empire. She's there because given the chance that this organization is successful in developing a way to counteract the Thargoid Titans, do you think for a moment that Princess Duval isn't going to be standing tall, front and center, declaring that it was her leadership in coordination with Tessero to proclaim that, look at what the princess did to protect the Empire while the Emperor sat back and did nothing? That's what she's going to say. That's what she's going to say. It's ridiculous. So, but hey, that's political maneuvering at its top. It's top political maneuvering by the princess. My discussions with Tessero have convinced me that the new iteration of Aegis has addressed the concerns that I once held over its strategic decision. Of course it does. She's got to come out and say that. Let's keep going. We'll keep going and we'll talk a little bit about this. I also want to take this opportunity to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice when resisting the Thargoids' military might. These courageous souls will never be forgotten. We all still have much work to do to protect those we care for. Pilots will find the Aegis statement waiting in the ship's inbox service. I have not seen mine yet because the Nightwish is so far out. It'll probably take a little bit of time for the message to get through to us, but I know some commanders have received notification that they're working to upgrade the Xenoscanner. So that's always upgraded technology is always a welcome thing. So, this is political maneuvering, and it's kind of it's good timing, to be honest. So Aegis has had some success with this new technology. In their defense, and I want to be fair about it, if they do something right, we want to applaud them. They've gotten us into the maelstroms. They've gotten us to the Titans. And so a combination of their research and commander ingenuity and skill has gotten us to the Titans. So we know that what they're doing now, it's working a hell of a lot better than some of the other stuff they were doing before. I mean, we had 8 years of Thargoid intervention, and almost nothing really significance came out of it. So here we have now some pretty significant technological jumps, which, by the way, is a consequence of war. War tends to drive technological advancement on massive scales. It really does. So this is political maneuvering, and it's very positive, and I just really am disappointed that they glossed over the history. It's kind of like, oh, we used to be bad, but we're not bad anymore. We're good. We're the good Aegis. So it's like they're trying to sell you a product here, okay? Buy it if you will. I recommend caution, and I'm telling you, Aisling Duval will be standing tall, in front and center. When we get to the heart of the Titans and the first Titan goes up in flames, she'll be standing there as the representative of Aegis, proclaiming victory in the name of the Empire. And granted, I'm okay with proclaiming victory in the name of the Empire, my beloved Empire. But, it just reeks of political maneuvering. Now, I do want to say this. I'm not going to talk very long. I just want to say this real quick about Tessero. The problem with people like Tessero is that she probably 100% believes everything she's saying. She probably does believe in a reformed organization, something that's good and can be productive and help humanity in ways that it couldn't before. I just worry about everyone else, because I'm sure that a lot of the people that are working in Aegis at the moment are the same that were working there before. And the boss doesn't do the work. The boss is there to coordinate the strategic vision and the work. But you still got the underlings that are there making things happen. And those are the people I worry about. But hey, so far things have gone well. This will be interesting to see, though, so we can expect some upgrades to our Xenoscanners very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the Disciples. These guys make this content possible. Every Tuesday night, I try to get a video out, talk about Galnet, talk about what's happening in the galaxy and supporting Out There and other projects that I do here on the channel and on social media. If you would like to support me, and I would really love to have you support me, go to patreon.com/Commander Exorcist. There are exclusive videos and exclusive updates every month, and it really is really appreciated, because just dude in a hat getting to talk about his favorite video game and having people to support my creative endeavors and to help me bring some entertainment to you, it is a true blessing. So thank you all to the Disciples for your continued support. That is it for this week. I will be back next week. Who knows what'll happen? We're getting closer. We're in the center of the maelstroms. Aegis is back, and we've got an election coming up. So who knows what kind of insanity is coming our way. So watch your backs out there. Fly safe, Commanders, and I will see you out there.